Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Stacey, and today's video I'm going to share with you guys is one that is very near and dear to my heart, and I think it's really important. So stick around. Hey guys, welcome to my space here on YouTube, and my channel here is all about being a daughter of the king, a wife, a mom to 4 young boys, homeschooling, and living overseas. So if you'd like to follow along on our journey, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Today's video is a really important one and a topic that is near and dear to my heart, one that of encouraging stay-at-home moms and homeschool moms, and I think it's really important. This video is part of a collab hosted by my friend Wendy and a bunch of other homeschool moms here on YouTube. They are all going to be sharing their best productivity and time-saving hacks for homeschool stay-at-home moms. And what makes it really interesting is that each lady is going to be sharing 3 different ones. None of us will be sharing the same ones. So be sure to watch the whole playlist. I will have it linked down below in the description box, and hopefully you can get lots of inspiration and motivation. Alright, so moving on, I'm going to share my top 3 hacks for keeping your day productive. So my first tip is set goals for the day. And under this, I kind of have 2 categories. Set maybe your top 3 goals for mom, for yourself, and also what your child has to do for their homeschool day and or chores around the house. So for the goals that I set for mom, for me, I like to list my top 3 that are priority. I usually have a lot more to do than that, but I like to list the ones that are priority to make sure I focus on those and that I reach that goal. So for example, oftentimes my top 2 goals are to make sure I get devotions in that day and to make sure I get school done that day. And then sometimes the third one will be like cooking a meal. Maybe it takes a lot of prep work for a certain meal I want to make. Maybe it's going getting groceries. Maybe it's getting outside in the sunshine for a while. Sometimes it's taking a coffee to somebody, a neighbor or a friend somewhere, doing something for someone else. Or maybe it's just something really simple, like making sure I take a shower and wash my hair or something like that. So setting a goal of the top 3 priorities for myself is really good because it helps me to know what to focus on, what the most important things are. And then if I get extra things in that done, that's just bonus. All right, and then goals for my kids is specific to our homeschool day. My kids are pretty little yet, so most of the stuff they need me to be there helping them with. So I have twins that are 2nd grade, and what we did this year is up here on the board, you can see I have some black writing up there on the dry erase board. I write what we have to do for that day, and then we check mark it off as we go through. And if they get done early, in a shorter amount of time than usual, it's okay, they're done. That way, last year, I didn't do this, and if they got done early, I would just say, hey, let's do this yet, or hey, let's do that yet, and hand them more stuff until maybe it was lunchtime or whatever our stopping point was. This year, I decided I wanted them to be more motivated, self-motivated to get up and get their work done, work diligently, not necessarily work fast, but to do a good job and stay at it. So this list has helped them to visually be able to see what they have done, what's check marked off, and what they have to do yet. And they know that when that's done, then their homeschool day is done. So one thing I like about writing it up here, this is like a dry erase board except it's glass, is that it's really easy to edit. So I can change it every day if I need to. If I decide this isn't working, we're going to drop this one subject and do a different subject. I don't have a whole planner full of pages that are already printed that are now going to be wrong here the rest of the school year. This is really easy for me to adjust if I want to take away something or add in a new subject, depending on what's going on in our life. So that was tip number 1, set a goal for your day. That goes for you as a mom, your top priorities, and then also for your kids and their homeschool day. That way it's clear what everyone knows, what has to happen for that day, and when it can be considered done. All right, and tip number 2 is take breaks. If there's tears, take a break. In the past, sometimes I'd try to push them too long, and it doesn't work out very good. It can just be short breaks, like 10 or 15 minutes, and the child comes back a lot more motivated and energized. Their brain is ready to focus again. Another idea with taking a break is to switch the topic. So let's say they're doing reading for a bit. So if you can tell they're needing a break, switch the topic and do like math, do like numbers for a bit, something where it's not reading. So that part of their brain gets a break and a different part of their brain gets to work. So tip number 2 is take short breaks and or switch up the area of their brain that's being used. Switch up the subjects. Tip number 3, and I personally think this is probably the most important one of my 3 that I'm sharing, connection and joy in each relationship. And this goes for with your relationship with Christ If you have connection and joy with him, you'll be able to serve out of that. Your homeschool day will flow so much better and more peaceful. And then also in your relationship with your husband. And then in specifically this video, we're talking about your relationship with each of your individual children. So you want to look for a connection with each of your children throughout your homeschool day and or your family's day. At least once a day, you want to look for a way to connect with each child. So that can be like listening to them, giving them eye contact, praising them, touch them. Maybe as you walk by, you squeeze them on the shoulder. Maybe it's a full hug. If they're a little person, hold them on your lap. So my encouragement would be to look for a way to connect with each child every day in your homeschool day and or in your family's day, like outside of your official school time. So making sure that you're connecting with each one and looking for joy and connection and giving them that praise that they need. So often it's easy for us to be like, oh, you did that wrong, you erased that, do it again. And give them negative feedback instead of positive feedback. When you are giving eye contact, praising your child, listening to them, giving them a positive touch, this can turn your child's day upside down. It can also turn your day upside down by giving. Like the Bible says, it's way better to give than to receive. So if they're having a really bad day, your school day is probably not going to be very productive. Or if you're having a really bad day, your homeschool day is probably not going to be very productive. But if you look for connection and joy and be intentional about it, it can turn a grumpy child or a grumpy mom, it can turn them around and help your day to be way more motivated. So for example, if your child's having a really grumpy day, I don't want to do this is hard. And you be like, hey, look, you were able to solve that problem. Last week, you wouldn't have been able to solve it. You're doing so good. And maybe pat them on the shoulder, give them eye contact, listen to them when they're telling you a story. They are going to be way more motivated to do that page or math problem that's in front of them. So just as a little recap, tip number 1 was set goals on a daily basis. That goes for you as a mom, your top priorities, and then also for your child, what they have to do. So it's clear for everyone, they know when their homeschool day is done. Tip number 2 is take short breaks if needed, and the child will come back way more motivated. Also, flip-flop your subjects so they're using different parts of their brain. And tip number 3, which I think is the most important, is look for connection and joy in each relationship every day. All right, I would love if you would comment below with your best productivity and time management hack for your homeschool day for stay-at-home moms down below. I think we could all learn a lot, and I know I can learn a lot from what you guys say in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't yet, and thank you, Wendy, for hosting this collab. I'm really excited to watch all the videos in it, and like I said, the playlist will be linked down below in my description box. Thank you, bye.